Good evening, and thank you for joining us tonight for our Village of Alsip Board meeting. Today is March 21st, 2022, and we're going to call this meeting to order at 7:45 p.m. Can you call the roll, please?
Trustee Dalzell?
Here.
Trustee Juarez? Here. Trustee McLaughlin? Here. Trustee Murphy?
Here.
Trustee Nava-Esparza?
Here.
Trustee Peretta?
Here.
Mayor Ryan?
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you. Please join us for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So to start this evening's meeting, on your agenda, we had a bid opening, and really what it was is last week, at the March 14th meeting, we had to cancel that meeting due to lack of a quorum. Myself and a couple of trustees, we all had other commitments, so we had to cancel that meeting. However, the clerk did, Clerk Harding, you did have a bid opening just to honor those submittals that came in. And really what I was asking on the agenda here was to review of the bids submitted for opening at that March 14th meeting, 2022. Village Committee meeting. For first was the South Reservoir Pump Station Chlorine Systems Improvement. If you can say who submitted, please, and who witnessed it, and so forth, so everybody knows that.
Sure. I did open them in the clerk's office with Erica O'Donnell was there, and Brittany Darman were there while I was opening it. For the chlorine system improvement, we had two people submit bids. Excuse me, the first one was Gaskill and Walton Construction Company at P.O. Box 367, Chicago Heights, Illinois, 60411. They did have a bid bond, and their proposal was $259,000. That's 259,000. And the second one was Dami Mechanical Industries, Inc., at 610 South Arthur Avenue, Arlington Heights, Illinois, 60005. They did have a bid bond, and their proposal was $258,888, so 258,888. And those were the only two that we had for the chlorine system, and those were all given to Dan after I opened them so that he could go through everything.
So these guys were within $12 of each other, even at $250,000, yeah, too. That's great. Good. And then Commissioner Triban, Danny, this is to chlorinate our water system. Is that what this is?
Correct.
Okay. Okay, so it makes the chlorinate that we're going to use in our water system.
Correct.
Gotcha. Thank you, Dan. Next was the LPR OCR license plate reader. So LPR meaning license plate reader system, which we're going to introduce license plate readers along Pulaski Road at this time.
So for this one, they were opened at the same time. There were three proposals turned in. The first one was from Recor Recognition Systems, Inc. at 6721 Columbia Gateway Drive, number 400, Columbia, I think it's Maryland. It's either Maryland or Missouri. My copy got cut off. 21046. And there were two options in there. Option one was $56,000. That's 56000. And option two was $110,500. 110500. I did not look to see what the two options were. I just made note of them. The second bid that we got was Genoptic Light and Safety at 16490 Innovation Drive, Juniper, Florida, 33487. And their bid proposal was $343,900. That's 343900. And the last one was Minuteman Security Technologies at 8200 West 185th Street, Suite L, Tinley Park, Illinois, 60487. Their bid proposal was $99,692.79. That's 99692.79. They also did make a mention of some kind of reoccurring fee of $5,800 and an additional add-on that was optional for live streaming for $2,690. And those were the only bids we got for that one.
Okay, so is the police chief or anybody, have they seen these yet?
Yes,
Bill?
I sent this to him the same time I sent him his, and then Brittany was going to scan them and give them all to him. So to my knowledge, he does have them.
So he's reviewing them now,
Yes.
too? Okay, okay, sounds good. Thank you, Clerk. That's, okay, so that's all we have under bid opening. Next are our officers' reports, starting with myself. I did, let's see, well, I attended this morning with our police chief, Jay Miller. I actually attended a meeting over at Oak Forest today with our Cook County Commissioner, Donna Miller, along with many of the other South Suburban police departments with their chiefs and mayors. And we were basically reviewing and acknowledging the it's not a policy, but it was a program known as the 10 Principles of Police Strategies, and basically it was based on community policing, identifying diversity, and obviously being, I think diversity is the best way of putting it, is, it was, we got a short overview. This was actually first approved back in 2018, and today's presentation was it was hosted by Commissioner Miller's office, but the NAACP was there to witness this, and actually the person who wrote the program with the NAACP, she was there as well to make the presentation, and many of the suburban departments signed on to acknowledge that program as well then too. So we appreciate that invitation, and certainly knowledge is always a great thing, and I did enjoy being part of that today with our chief. First on your agenda this evening, and by the way, too, Board, I'm going to be I'm going tomorrow night. We've got lobby day this Wednesday down in Springfield, so I've got appointments made with a couple of our senators, Senator Cunningham and Senator Emil Jones. I plan to meet with, and we're going to talk about like anything else. I hate to always use the word money, but, you know, is there any possibilities for grants? And actually, I was at a function last week with Senator Durbin's team as well, too, and this is, sometimes it's the simple things in life that really make a difference. More sidewalks, more streetlights, and certainly everyone appreciates a nice, smooth street. So, I mean, let's see what we can do to try and make more things happen with our budgets. First on your agenda this evening was a discussion and approval to increase only new tenant leases at the Heritage Apartments, as this action does not affect existing or renewed leases. We had this discussion about a month ago with our property manager, Ken Hobolt. Ken's here tonight, and we discussed the need to possibly increase rents by maybe $100, Ken? Is that where we're at? So did you have something just to remind everybody, like, yeah, could you hand that out real quick, please? Just to remind everybody what that was. This is actually an administrative action, but I did want to get a consensus from the board to, as far as everyone's buy-in or agreement, that we agree on a number here.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and pass these around if you just take a look at that. So it's just a copy of what we went over about a month ago when you guys had the committee meeting, and it's just a reminder of where the rents are, where the Heritage Apartments currently are, and what the local competition is. It's on here, and we had, through our discussions, we had thought raising the rents $100 for each different type across the board would still be affordable, and yet still, as we know that there's increased cost. As you went over your budgets today, we heard some of the numbers that you guys were talking about. So we know supplies have gone up. Everything else has continued to rise as it always does. So that's where we came up with that.
Again, for the record, the Village of Alsip owns approximately 30 buildings, 31 buildings?
32.
32 buildings, my bad. And with almost 512 apartments for 55 and older folks to live there. And we've had those since 1989 and 90 when we purchased those yet, too. They're in great condition. And we hired Ken's agency back in October to manage the complex, and part of the agreement that we have with the management firm is that annually he at least lets the board know what current rents nearby stand on similar properties, and the board can always evaluate whether or not they wish to adjust the cost on said leases. Again, this does not affect any current leases. This would only be new signees, new leaseors when they come in.
We're coming in. We
with
currently
leases.
have about total of about 17 vacancies.
Okay.
At Heritage 2, we got 4 that'll be finishing up in the next couple of weeks, but then we've got a couple new coming on, so it's very limited space left at 2. And at 1, we probably got about 10 or 11 that we're getting more help there. So we've been sending some of our guys from 2 over to 1, so those will be coming off relatively soon.
And please keep in mind, too, these new apartments, folks, when you're listening to this conversation, these are fully remodeled apartments. As somebody moves out, we take these dated apartments and we completely rehab these, that you've got all new kitchens, new plumbing in many cases, because in a lot of these, not all, but depending on how many bathrooms, if you get a unit with 2 bathrooms, you're going to walk in shower in that second bathroom.
And Heritage 1, too, we're taking the electricity that was buried below the buildings, now putting it through the buildings, so that takes a little bit more time, but effort and everything
I
else.
saw that, too, because I noticed the expense on that crawled a little bit, crept up, but again, infrastructure-wise, everything that was underground, because these buildings are sitting on a slab, did nothing but cause us problems. We couldn't get access to those wires or anything like that then,
Exactly.
too, so. So your recommendation, Ken, is what, $100?
$100 for each type of unit across the board.
Okay, and then right now, the studio costs what?
I gave you guys all my cheat sheets, so.
Okay, oh, here it is right here. Studios are currently at $775?
Yes,
Okay.
So that's the current, not what you want to raise it to?
yes,
Okay.
1 bedroom, 1 bath is at $945.
yes.
2 bedroom, 1 bath, $1,045. And 2 bedroom, 2 bath, $1,105.
That's an average of, because the way they had done it previously was if it was a corner end unit or in the middle of the unit, because there was an extra window or something like that. So we're proposing that we'll just raise that up. We'll just have one price for that, and we'll take it off the $1,105.
Okay. And again, not just the inside folks, but in many of these properties yet too, even in the budget, if you heard some of the discussion earlier, these do have, many apartments, they've got fresh windows. We've done patio doors in many of them, and these are really in good condition and stuff. They still have steam heat, which is affordable heat. And what are we doing with flooring? Did we go back to like kind of a pergo, or we still have carpet in there?
It's a mixture of both pergo and carpet.
Okay. So like with the high traffic areas, like in kitchens, where we got pergo. How about the living rooms too? Pergo there too?
Living rooms are the carpet.
Carpet? Okay. I know it's a better insulator anyway, too, so. So really, all I was asking, and first off, board, did anybody have any questions for Ken? Then what I would ask then is for a consensus to increase those rents by $100 only on new leases, like starting, let's say, April 1.
Yes.
Okay. To increase the rent by $100, and I'd ask the clerk if you can call the roll to get a consensus to approve, yes or no, to take that action.
Okay, roll call number 1 to approve increasing the rent for new tenant leases only $100 across the board starting April 1st. Trustee Dalzell.
Yes.
Trustee Juarez.
Yes.
Trustee McLaughlin.
Yes.
Trustee Murphy.
Yes.
Trustee Navas-Sparza.
Yes.
Trustee Peretta.
Yes.
You have your consensus.
Thank you. Ken, so you got direction on that, and certainly, like I said, whenever, are you currently, oh yeah, you are, you're showing units right now, so starting April 1, you've got direction for that then, okay?
Perfect. Thank you all.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
Okay. Thank you. Next on your agenda, I had the recognition of achievement for Alsip resident Nicholas Renteria. Hey, Nick, can I ask you to come up here, please? Thanks. So I'd like to, Nicholas, I drafted something. I wanted to read this into the record, and certainly I'm going to give you something to take home with you. Board, just so everybody knows, the village would like to thank Valerie Renteria. She's Nick's mom is here this evening. Valerie, come on up if you like, hon. That's fine. For contacting my office to share the good news and the Renteria family, and to inspire other young athletes who might be recognized in your particular field to get a scholarship or a grant rather, to attend a college. Nicholas Renteria is an Alsip resident and had attended elementary school at Stony Creek Elementary and Prairie Junior High. Nicholas is currently a senior in high school he's a student at IC Catholic Prep in Elmhurst, Illinois, and is a member of the Knights wrestling team, where on February 18, 2022, in Champaign, Illinois, Nicholas Renteria won the 2022 Illinois High School Association's Class 1A title for boys wrestling at 120 pounds. IC Catholic Prep Wrestling is a student-centered program focused on student athletes' individual needs and long-term development. IC also believes that strong academic performance is the foundation for success and emphasizes that throughout their approach. And their slogan is developing young people through positive role modeling, faith, and wrestling. The Village of Alsip sincerely wishes to congratulate Nicholas Renteria and his family for not only winning the wrestling title, but Nicholas has been recognized by and has committed to attending St. Cloud State University as a student athlete in their wrestling program. Good luck in your future endeavors, as we hope college is prosperous and the wrestling team is successful. St. Cloud University is one of the largest institutions in Minnesota State, where the enrollment in 2020 was 16,000 students, and they have over 120,000 alumni. The Huskies are known in the NCAA to have both Division I and II teams. Nicholas, all the best. All right.
Nicholas?
Come on for a second. Let's get a picture of your mom.
Did you get a belt?
I was asking Nicholas before the meeting started, I said, man, how'd you pick a school all the way in Elmhurst? I mean, it's like,
Yeah.
great school. And again, I was telling him I really appreciate it. I know for some of us anyway, when I was in high school, I had no jeans, no gingers. I went to the LaSalle, and it was like, obviously you got the short hair too. Anything over the collar, you got a detention for that too. But really, it sounds like a great school. And St. Cloud State, Minnesota's a wonderful state and everything. So you do go up there. You won't, is this your first son going to college and stuff?
No, I'm the older daughter, but she was close. She went to EIU.
Okay.
It's 7 hours away.
It's just as cold as it is in Charleston, too,
Oh,
but
yeah,
it's like,
for sure.
but Nicholas, congratulations. And Valerie, thanks for letting my office know about, Nick's success. And we always encourage the families in the community to do that. We're a good community here and stuff, and we're very happy with you and your family,
Yeah.
okay?
Nick actually was, he played football for the Falcons. And
Oh, did you, Nick?
he
Excellent.
wrestled for Shepherd, too. That's where he started. He was like 6 or 7.
Nice. Clark Harding, then, she spearheaded the year this year. We had all the kids here. They won the Super Bowl for the
Yeah,
Falcon
I
program
heard.
and everything this year, too. But again, and congratulations to you and your family. Hope everybody's doing well. And again, good luck out there. Okay. All right.
Thank you so much.
All right. Sure.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
All right. And that's all I had for this evening under my report. We'll go to the clerk's report.
Thank you, Mayor. I have the presentation and approval of March 7th, 2022 board meeting minutes, presentation and approval of February 2022 FOIA report, presentation and approval of the March 7th, 2022 Finance Committee meeting minutes, and I have a recognition letter that Erica typed up that she would like me to read. We would like to say thank you to Joyce Tucker for her assistance in the budgeting process to get the new phone system ball rolling. We have a huge amount of gratitude for all the hard work the past few weeks completed by Bob Ricker, Brian Massari, and Leon Giachetti. I know I always pronounce that wrong. I apologize.
Like spaghetti with a G.
to get everything set up. This will not only help with the volume of calls for the clerk's office, but more importantly, help the residents to get to the appropriate department faster. We are very excited and are looking forward to going live with the new system. Again, thank you to all those involved in this project. Respectfully, Erica O'Donnell. Thank you guys very much. I know it was a lot of work.
I really don't take any credit for that. Those guys have done the heavy lifting, and they've done a wonderful job. Those phones are going to be really nice.
Yes. And that is all I had, Mayor.
All right, thank you. Next, we have the attorney's report. We have Beth Eddard with us tonight. Beth?
I have nothing to report this evening.
Okay. And next, we have the engineer's report. Will Dolan?
Thanks, Mayor. The only thing I have to report is that we did get those grants in successfully, the STP grant, CDBG, and Invest in Cook.
Okay, thank you, Will.
That's all I have.
Yeah, I actually just, I'll forward, I got a couple more, just to make sure that you're getting the same thing I am. Today, I got a couple of messages through the county, through President Prockwinkle's office, so I'm sorry, that's one thing, but I had another one on some more grants. I'll send it over to you tomorrow.
Okay.
All right. Public forum, did anyone in the audience wish to address the board this evening? Oh, please. Yeah, could you come up here, please? Yeah, Roger, you can hand her a mic. We actually, the camera's on us, not you. If you can just grab that, thank you. Yeah.
I'm a 35-year resident here, and I just had two concerns, both sidewalk related. One is the path on Pulaski from 123rd to 127th, which, as I understand, is a state road, so we can't, our village can't do anything about it, but it is such a hazard. It's a muddy footpath that creates a problem. People walk in the street. I've almost hit people more than once on bicycles walking because there is no adequate sidewalk between 123rd and 127th. So maybe on lobby day, that would be a really good
That's
thing.
exactly what I'm going for. And you know what? And you hit it on the head. I'm sorry, I didn't know your name, though, too.
Kathleen Milcarrick.
Kathleen Mulcarrick, nice to meet you, ma'am. So you were saying between 120, on Pulaski, you're saying like over the bridge? Absolutely. The other big one for me, and that's what I was talking to Senator Durbin's people about at a function I was at the other night, I'd really like to see one east and west on 115th Street, from Pulaski all the way to Cicero. Folks are walking in the street, pulling suitcases even, because they're trying to get to Cicero Avenue to grab a bus to get down to Midway Airport and everything then, too. And I feel horrible seeing it. And I was really happy during the week. IDOT came out and they improved the shoulders on the side. It looks like behind your chief's house and everything. It looks really good. But it's not enough. There was some pretty bad divots over there and so forth, Kathleen, but that's totally a priority for me, and that's what I'm going to see our senators about and stuff then, too, because I completely agree with you. It's unsafe, and like you said, just those ruts. I actually live right behind the Home Depot in Cicero. Same thing over there, too. Just across the Cicero Avenue Bridge is just, it's not safe.
I've complained before because in the summer it's overgrown with weeds and it's an eyesore.
Yep.
When you come over the bridge, it's on Pulaski and it looks trashy. Okay, so that's one issue. My second sidewalk issue is the stretch between, it's by Heritage on Ridgeway between 119th and 100 and whatever the next block is. That entire block floods consistently. You know what I'm talking about?
On Ridgeway.
Okay, it's on Ridgeway. There's a consistent flood problem. I know that they've worked on it before. I don't know if it's a Band-Aid situation, but the parkway is a muddy mess. The fence at Heritage is down, which is probably a separate issue. But that whole sidewalk...
That's what the budget was for before, yeah.
That whole sidewalk area is constantly flooded, and it just, again, it looks terrible in the village. We do a lot to beautify it, and I just hate to see that whole stretch consistently a mess.
Sure. Mike, has there been any focus on looking at that, with the sidewalk program?
Upcoming summer, actually, our focus is on the east side of Pulaski and doing some sidewalk.
Okay.
It's not just the sidewalk.
It's the flooding,
Some kind of water issue. Like there's an orange cone and a big hole with water in it.
Yeah, I know that there was a water main break there recently. Restoration just haven't been done yet, so they are working to it.
Not a problem, and we appreciate you coming up. Obviously, sometimes you see things that we don't. I do make it a habit of like 2 to 3 times a week. I take a lap around the whole community, and I phone in a lot of stuff to Public Works, and they've been great about getting out and taking care of matters right away. But yes, Kathleen, we're going to. I'm totally focused on trying to do more with putting in more public sidewalks. We need to keep the place safe. We're a growing community, and the last thing you want is everybody trying to navigate through side streets when it's unnecessary. You should be able to take a straight path to get to where you're going with safe passage. So, no problem. Thank you. Anybody else? No? All right, then we'll go to our standing committee reports. Finance and IT, Trustee McLaughlin.
Thank you, Mayor. First, I have a request for approval of a list of payroll dated March 11th, 2022, totaling $590,219.64. Next, I have a request for approval of a list of accounts payable dated March 21st, 2022. From the recap, General Fund, $192,939.59. Road and Bridge, $128,715.79. MFT, $689.98. Health Insurance, $296,101.48. IMRF, $16,775.71. Water and Sewer, $658,762.98. Sanitary Sewers, $419.32. Heritage, $73,976.83. Retiree Health Insurance, $125,632.07, for a grand total all funds of $1,494,013.75. And then next, Joyce would like to talk to us about getting a finance intern.
I'm not sure if everyone's aware, but we are losing our staff accountant effective this Friday. So I'm putting together a proposal. I've talked to the mayor a little bit about it to replenish that position. I was just floating the idea of having an intern. I have a young gentleman available. He's going to be a sophomore in accounting. He's going to North Central
College.
Thank you.
Yep.
In Naperville. He would be here approximately 15 to 20 hours a week. He would be working on the capital assets, which we started last year. It is a project within itself, and it is a good project for them to work on. Last year was kind of building some things. This year is more about recording some things. So I was just looking to get him in here to do that.
I mean, personally, I have no issues with bringing in an intern. We bring in a lot of interns for the summer. Where I have an issue, though, is not going through normal process of advertising the positions and opening it up to Alsip residents.
Oh, I can certainly do that.
I mean, just because we have somebody, I mean, we don't normally hire it that way.
I agree.
Okay.
We actually, last year, we had his brother working here, right?
Yes.
He's also an accounting major.
He is.
They're both student athletes in some capacity. Did you go to the same school too?
They're both baseball people.
At North Central?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Anyway, there was a little bit of familiarity on it, but certainly we can certainly screen to be all fair.
Absolutely. We can put it out there.
I agree with Trustee McLaughlin, and also just upon reviewing this individual's resume.
I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time
Sure, no problem. So I agree with, tell me to...
Back up a little bit. Okay, try.
As I was saying, to Trustee McLaughlin's point, I agree. And just upon reviewing the resume of this individual, it seems that they've only completed one financial accounting course. Mm-hmm. So again, which is why we have a process where we announce the position and allow others to apply. To kind of select.
I can certainly do that.
Okay.
I was just floating the idea out there. Just wanted some feedback, that's all.
All right. Trustee McLaughlin, anything else?
Nope, that is it, Mayor. Thank you.
Okay. Kathleen, I just thought of something, too, when we were talking about the Pulaski Avenue Bridge. There's construction starting right about now, actually. They're going to be redoing Pulaski from 127th. No, that's the problem. It starts at 127th southbound to 159th. So it's going through, like, Midlothian and part of Crestwood and so forth, even Robbins. And it's only coming up to 127th Street. It's really just coming up to the CalSAC Bridge, but we got them to come up to 127th Street. But I was on the call with Trustee Nava-Esparza, and you brought that up to him about fixing the bridge, fixing the sidewalks.
Correct.
And, of course, county volleyed to IDOT and stuff then, too. So, because we were on with the county when we were talking to those folks, with the construction folks, on that. You and I were on with the project manager
Yes, it was, they were focused on the intersection of 127th and Pulaski, but their jurisdiction cut off right before the bridge.
Exactly. So that's, again, bureaucracy, but, I'm on it and stuff, and I'll certainly do what we can. I agree with you, too. I can't stand the look of when you come down, and I've asked Mike, we're trying to do a few things right now, when you come down the bridge, like kitty corner from, like Walgreens at 123rd and Pulaski, just to even cut all the brush back and everything yet, too. We, they're not going to argue with this if we said we wanted to cut it, but it's kind of like their responsibility. They do have a new yard master over at Alsip here. His name is Yemi. Guy's great, and he's been doing more in the last year or so than the previous person. And I even offered to send his supervisor a note, tell him what a better job he's doing. 'Cause we're actually getting the grass cut more often near the tri-state and all that kind of thing yet too. Now we just got to pick up all the garbage out there. And I'll save that under my other reports yet too. But yes, we are. I appreciate you bringing it up because as you're sitting there, I mean, we've been touching on this, but you and I were talking to the right folks on that yet too recently, almost. So next we had the fire committee report. Trustee Murphy.
I have a presentation and approval of the February 2022 Fire Prevention Bureau report. I have a presentation and approval of the monthly report for February 2022 based on our National Fire Incident Reporting System data. And I have a presentation of a letter by South Cook County EMS System, and that letter reads to Chief Szynski, Dear Chief, I am writing you at this time to express my admiration and appreciation for the ability and professionalism of the Alsip Fire Department. On February 19, 2022, your department responded to a trailer fire in Blue Island. The responding crews performed most heroically and effectively in a complicated rescue and restitution of 2 patients. This was an extremely difficult situation, and the Alsip Fire Department demonstrated why you are in the most noble profession. Please accept my respect and gratitude for all you do. Sincerely, Bernard Helisire, and he is the EMS Medical Director. And that's all I have, sir.
So, Chief, you guys resuscitated somebody out there?
Yeah, there was 2 people trapped in the trailer, came in as a dryer fire. They were both slightly disabled, so they couldn't exit the trailer, so they hid in the bathroom, which happened to be right next to the laundry area. So they had to rescue both of them. One was taken out the door, and then our patient was actually, we had to open up the wall and take out the wall. So usually Station 1 responds to that, but Station 1 was on a call, so it's a second call, so Station 2 responded with the engine and an ambulance. Luckily, they responded that way, so we had a second ambulance on the scene right away. They didn't have to wait for another ambulance. So both were unresponsive when they were pulled out of the trailer, and they managed to get both of them back and transfer them to University of Chicago Hospital.
So we came a long way, though. Station 2 is all the way on Laramie Street,
Yeah.
so they had to go all the way to Blue Island. Where was the Blue Island crew? They were busy, too, or?
No, that's just our automatic aid response with them.
Gotcha.
So
Okay.
I was out there, the engine was out there, and then the 2 guys on the engine, they were actually holding the fire back while we pulled the other 2 out of the trailer. So
Good job, Chief. Yeah,
a lot of people involved there.
Yeah, if you can
Cool.
share that with your crew, I appreciate it. Thank you. Trustee Murphy, anything else?
That's all I have, Mayor.
Okay.
Thank you.
Police and Traffic Safety, Trustee Dalzell.
We have the presentation and approval of the Police Department February 2022 monthly activity report. That's all I have, Mayor.
All right, thank you. Public Work and Boat Launch, Trustee Juarez.
I have a presentation and approval of the Public Works Department February 2022 monthly activity report. That's all, Mayor.
All right, thank you. Also, Boat Launch opens April 1st. Mike, smelt season, right? What's the rule? First smelt, you're supposed to bite the head off and all that, too, or what? Okay.
That sounds so graphic.
Good thing I don't know how to fish anyway, so we're not worried about that one. So.
Smelts in the cal
Yeah,
sag.
Exactly.
Oh, man.
Welcome, Ozzy Osbourne.
Why does it have a tail?
Yeah. Next, Sewer and Water, Trustee Nava Esparza.
Thank you. I have the approval to award the contract for the sodium hypochlorite on-site generation system to the low responsible bidder, Dom Mechanical Industries, Inc., in the amount of $258,888.00. And that's all I have, Mayor.
Still can't get over it. We always see these bids, how these guys came within $12 of each other and a $250,000 bid and stuff then, too, so.
I'm still thinking about the smelt.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. At least it's accurate. Building and Health, Trustee Prada.
No report, Mayor.
Trustee, next week, I'll have some notes for you. We can talk about building permits and so forth. We were talking about getting ready for the spring season and everything, so I'll get that over to you and stuff then, too.
All right, thank you, Mayor.
Okay. Human Resource and Insurance, Trustee Murphy.
No report tonight, Mayor.
All right. Special Committee Reports, Economic Development, Trustee Nava Esparza.
Thank you, Mayor. Just an update. I haven't had a chance to touch base with you today, but an entity is interested in locating in our Pulaski corridor. So I'll just give you a call tomorrow to see if they're a good fit based on what the activities that they want to do. They want to locate in Alsip, but another area of our town might be a better fit for their intended use. So.
A new prospect coming
Yes.
here? Oh, okay, great, okay. Yeah, there's obviously, I'm happy with what they got done so far. Roger, how's the construction going with the new Firewater Barbecue?
They're doing well. They've got walls up. They're moving along well. We still got no word from MWRD for the Taco Burrito King site. We do have some others that are looking promising within the village, along 111 and also along 131st, and then also at 120th in Pulaski.
Right.
We've got a few that look like they're going to go. So.
Yeah, unfortunately, we can't share their names just yet. We had a lot of corporate names. Trustee Dalzell, you had a great idea some years back. You wanted to go with the oversized flag. That's on the list. How about Roger? Yeah, we actually, one of the businesses coming in is going to need a variance for an oversized American flag.
Nice.
And it's going to look great. Roger, how big of a flagpole for that?
80 feet tall.
I think it's one of those 80-footers. Yeah, it kind of looked like that flag out in front of Crestwood's Village Hall with that monster flag like that, yeah, too. So, yeah. But no, we've got some wonderful new businesses coming in, and I did notice today over at the Gas and Wash, they got every contractor in sight is working over there right now, yeah, too.
They're looking to do a grand opening on May 4th.
Right.
But we'll see how. I think they'll make it.
You know what else looks really nice, too, is a couple of weeks ago, my wife and I had something to eat over at the Brito Jalisco on Cicero. That really looks nice, what they did there. They did like a beer garden out in back, and the place looks beautiful. You know, with as much work as they put into it, I probably would have started with something fresh, you know, but the place looks great. Yeah, I'm very happy for those folks.
When is their drive-through opening, though?
What's that?
When is their drive-through opening?
I don't know. I think they're very happy about, the improvements are going well over there so far.
But you have the big sign up that says drive-through opening soon.
Yeah.
And
the Sonic is
been
ready
there
to
a
open
while.
when?
Sonic is looking to do
April 1st.
They are going to need to get some finals from the village. We were out there today, so we are looking forward to that also.
Okay.
My kids are looking forward to it. They can read now, so they see the sign. So yes, April 1st, we saw on the signage out there.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, in closing, you and I have been on a lot of Zoom meetings, and we got some great corporate names that are coming in real soon and stuff, so we're happy for that. Today I sent an email back to Mary Thompson with Kane McKenna, and we're seeing if we can put together any kind of incentive programs on Cicero Avenue to start filling in some of the voids on Cicero Avenue and stuff then, too. So, all right, thank you very much. Next, we have Village Properties, Trustee McLaughlin.
no report this evening, Mayor.
All right. Ordinance, thank you. Ordinance and legislation, Trustee Prada.
No report, Mayor.
All right, thank you. Planning and zoning and licenses, Trustee Juarez.
I have a presentation and approval of a list of licenses dated March 1st, 2022 through March 11, 2022, and also discussion and approval of the planning and zoning hearing from 030222 from the property located at 4190 West 123rd Street, Alsip, Illinois, for case number 2022-03-S-200 for special use I-2 to I-2 special use truck repair. The Planning and Zoning Commission had a tie vote 3-3, but there was further.
Yeah, just while we're on that topic, and especially since the commission is not giving us a recommendation, I just thought it might be good to talk about it a little bit more before we get to the point in voting.
So we've got some gentlemen here representing that property, and yes, actually, and Attorney Eddard reminded me too when tonight when she got here was, this is, we didn't get because it ended in tie, they were short a person that night, so they only had...
They only had 6 people.
Yeah, they only had 6 people at the meeting, so it ended in a tie, so it was not in other words, it failed. The vote failed. So in order for us to approve this particular action, it's the majority of the corporate authority, which you would need like a supermajority.
So we need 5.
You need at least 5 yeses for that to be confirmed. Gentlemen, can you tell us something about that property? I know we've got it in our meeting, in our minutes and so forth, but Board, did you have any questions? So the property that they're identifying used to be known as O'Connor Construction, and it's right on the east side of the tracks right here at 123rd Street. And it's going to be used, obviously, for special use truck repair. And let me get my packet here real quick. Roger, were you at that meeting?
Yes, I was.
Can you get up to the mic and maybe you can kind of give us an overview of what you saw and stuff?
We have the owner and his representatives give a full presentation.
Or at least a mini one, sure. Whatever. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Colin Simpson with Empyrean. We're a construction management and real estate consulting firm helping out the owner, Sam Murdoch, who's here tonight. The building is currently vacant. It's, like I said, the O'Connor Concrete facility. It's a pretty heavily blighted facility, and what we're looking to do is redevelop that existing building, clean it up, and turn it into a truck repair facility. So it would be for repair of 18-wheeler truck chassis, for oil changes, tire changes, various maintenance on those chassis within the confines of the building. As part of that, we're looking to kind of redevelop the building a little bit, clean it up, replace the fence on the outside, do some paving on the outside, clean up the exterior of the building, and then obviously on the interior, there will be some upgrades that will need to be made for functional use of the building, which would include new bathrooms on the inside and some new plumbing and electrical work on the inside to make it functional specifically for truck repair.
Could you highlight anything? Certainly, it's a good. Personally, I think it's a good spot for what you want to do, given the building the way it's designed. My biggest concern is always my job is to be a visionary for the community and certainly look out for the aspects of to protect the integrity of the business community that's over there too at the same time. So while you see, let's say that your neighbors just to the west of you on the other side of the street, you've got Lombard Architectural Products, certainly Sertoma for special needs folks, and then immediately to your west is Lynch Chicago, which is the largest regional tow truck dealership in the area and stuff. And they kind of walked into that with the architecture as far as like green space. You know, GC America had set the table for them coming in. That was partially, they told me to make sure you get a good client in there. But I think that's my biggest concern, sir, is just to make sure that you've got something really great looking, so we don't just roll up on a bunch of trucks. Do you have any plans for the landscape or anything like that out in front of there?
Most of the exterior is already built out with concrete, so there's not like a large yard or anything there to redevelop. Like I said, we are specifically looking to make some upgrades to the property, including a new fence around the outside to clean that up. There's pretty heavily overgrown weeds and shrubs around the property. That will all get cleaned up. And we're trying to find different ways to upgrade the facade of the building and improve the look of the building itself from 123rd Street, just to make it a much more presentable property. Obviously, nobody wants to bring their truck there to be repaired if it's not a good-looking facility. So, the owner's really looking to make sure that it exudes confidence to potential clients to bring their trucks there for repair.
What kind of fence?
We have not figured out exactly what type of fence, but it would be not just a cyclone industrial razor wire fence. It would be something much more aesthetically pleasing than that. At the last meeting, we were discussing, maybe some wood options. I think Roger had a specific height in mind. Those are certainly things that we can look at as we're developing the blueprints that would all get turned in for approval from the Roger's department.
What are you looking for out of that, Roger?
At least a 6-foot fence, possibly an 8-foot iron fence, black wrought iron fence, or maybe an aluminum fence, whatever color they choose, but something along those lines. Cleaning up the frontage, cleaning up the rear. There is some areas that they were made aware of at the planning and zoning hearing that has to be brought up to code pertaining to the rear of the property. There is gravel that will have to be brought up to code, either with asphalt or concrete. They will have to do some electrical work on the exterior to light the areas up that need to be in order to be compliant with code. But basically, clean it up, which I think that the owner, since purchasing it, has done a good job of making a good attempt at cleaning it up at this point. It looks a lot better than the way it was. With the dedication to doing the stipulations at the zoning, I would be in favor of it. Everything that we've asked of him, he has completed at this point, and he seems willing to do those projects through conversation. They are looking to do a large investment on the interior work and also some of the exterior.
You're not going to, no overnight running trucks idling all night or anything like that? This is just repair work? Okay.
And one of the concerns was that it's going to be like a truck and trailers parked outside
Right.
of this place. We can put the signs that if someone parks outside, that it's going to be towed away, and it's going to be like a first aid that going to park now the drivers or the trucks.
Right, because that street can get congested with some of the businesses behind you back there. My other concern would be, Roger, is there adequate sewer there right now, or are they going to have to introduce that?
No, there's sewer there.
There is. Good. Okay.
What would the hours of operation be?
Yeah.
The hours of operation?
It's going to be just the weekdays, Monday to Friday, from the morning, let's say 8 a.m. till 5 p.m.
Okay. And then, Roger, did you have any stipulations on truck capacity? How many trucks on the property and all that?
There can be no more than 4 semis on the exterior of the property.
Okay.
That was one of the stipulations that came through with planning and zoning.
And obviously, you gentlemen can understand, too, you roll up on some of these businesses where they're out of space, and they're on top of each other, and all of a sudden it looks like a junkyard, and that's totally that's where I'm going with this. Things start out really well, and we've seen body shops. I have nothing against them, but they get these wonderful contracts with, all these big-name companies, and before you know it, it's a junkyard and stuff then, too. So we just want to do everything we can on the front end of this to make sure we stay being good. We keep the relationship we started with. Let's put it that way, okay? So, board, anybody else have any questions? No?
No, I think they pretty much addressed everything that was mentioned in the minutes in terms of the stipulations and the conversations and everything. So.
Okay. And obviously, half of the plan commission was in favor, and the other half had some reservations. Any idea, Roger, what the reservations might have been?
Off the top of my head, I'm sorry, I don't recall all of them.
Okay.
I'm sure we can go back. I can go back and go through the meetings before we do an ordinance.
I was looking at we've all got the, in our packet, we've all got the transcript from the meeting, so I didn't see anything that really jumped out at me, but again, we would really, should this be approved, again, it's got to be by a supermajority of everyone here, wanting at least 5 in the affirmative to approve, but that, I wish you guys luck. You know, I mean, I certainly, let's keep the place looking professional, and that's all. We're just looking at things on the front end. We've seen too many things go south because we didn't have these kind of conversations. Not on my watch, but I've seen other things happen prior to me, and we just want to make sure we maintain the integrity of the business community, and certainly look out for the residents at the same time then, too. They expect the best. Thanks, guys.
I'm sorry, I have a quick question. Is this more, because I read in here, someone said it's more like a Jiffy Lube. Is it like a Jiffy Lube, or is it my truck broke down, my transmission went out, and it needs 3 days to be fixed kind of place?
My intent in saying that was that it's specifically a repair facility. What I was understanding from the conversation last time was that there was a lot of concern about it being a truck parking facility, and that's definitely not what it is. It is, to the tune of people are going to come, get their truck repaired, and then it's going to leave the premises. It's not going to stay on site.
And we have a truck yard, parking facility actually in Limon. So we're not planning to park trucks or trailers in that place. So as of trailers, first thing we're going to do, we're going to send them to Limon yard to leave a trailer there and bring the truck to keep the truck.
That's good. Okay. Did you say Linwood?
Limon.
Oh, Lamont. Okay. Okay.
So how are they going to drop their trailer off if their truck is broke?
No, even truck is broken over there. We don't have a towing service. So first thing we got to do, like we're going to leave the trailer, or if the truck is broken, we'll ask them to leave the trailer over there and we'll bring just the truck. Trailer's not going to be there.
Tow it.
Okay.
Space, space is small over there, so we don't want to have these problems too.
They're basically looking to work on just the bobtails, not the trailer portion of the tractor trailer.
Okay. Okay,
But
thank
that
you.
was the limitation, was if somebody was to bring a truck or have it towed in, they could not have any more than 4 trailers on site at one time on the exterior.
Okay.
And not that the concrete forms were any more high feeling of the previous tenant.
Right. All right, so anyway, we've got our consent agenda. We're going to put it to a vote in a few minutes here, then, too, folks, okay? Thanks. And, driving ours to St. John Hall. All right, I was just making a quick note here. So, did anyone have any I'm sorry, Trustee Ward, is anything else?
No, that's all. Thank
Okay.
you.
Anybody have any presentations, petitions, or communications they wanted to share? Earlier today, I had a conversation with my assistant, Becky, and we are going to plan 2 things coming up. I always think it's a great idea to have the student government night, and where we bring in students from our local high school. We're going to try and plan something for our second meeting, like, in other words, our board meeting in May 16th, I believe this is going to be, and we're going to invite 8 high school students to participate. We usually don't bring one for the attorney all the time, Beth, because they don't really get to vote for the attorney and stuff, too, but we'll bring in, we're fair to all the kids. They'll come in, and we'll pull names out of a hat that night. Who you're going to be a trustee, if you're going to be a clerk or a mayor or whatever and stuff. Make sure it's fair and square. But we're going to bring in 8 kids that night to do that. And also, we're going to organize, I wanted to do it sooner than later, but we're going to organize a village-wide cleanup day. I'm telling you, I'm so tired of all the garbage all over. Now that all the snow is dissipated, you're seeing the residual of what's going on. So this last Friday, I spent almost a half a day. I called all the cemeteries, and I noticed today that they were out there cleaning up. All the cemeteries are picking up the garbage going around. Also called the flea market. Flea market was out there doing their part. And Justin Joseph's a wonderful guy at the flea market. He knows, but I had to give him a heads up. But it just kills me, just like in your homes. I mean, pick up we didn't do it. It's passed through, it's folks passing through town, but the wrappers are everywhere and stuff then too. But we are going to organize a village-wide cleanup day for Saturday, May 14th, and the same day, Becky's going to be having a flower sale going on here at the Village Hall, so we can get a little combination of all this going on to utilize our time. And again, we've got a little bit of wagon room to talk to some special interest groups, whether it's, we always get some great participation from some of the local companies, and I'll reach out to the trade schools and everybody else and see if they want to send some groups in here. I'm telling you, it's still in my car. I still have a dirty $20 bill in my glove box from a couple years ago. I was with the sprinkler fitters right here on Sister Avenue, and I bent over to pick up garbage, and the first thing I saw was a 20 laying on the ground, like unbelievable. I still got that dirty 20 in my car. Everybody, you know, if you put it in the back of your wallet, somebody's going to spot that. You're going to spend it on something, you know. So, but it's always a reminder. You know, years ago, you know, my dad always said, "Money don't fall up. Look at the floor. There's always money on the floor and stuff then too." You know, so.
I keep on telling you, that's where I lost it.
Yeah. You were conveniently not even there that day. I remember that. Now I'm going to have to make sure I get you out to that one, man. We're going to look for a little fortune on the May 14th. Did anyone wish to remove anything from the consent agenda? No? Can I get a motion then to establish a
Item
consent
G.
agenda?
That was removed already, right, for the intern?
What was that?
Item G?
We could remove it, sure. I mean,
Well, I think what she was looking for is permission for the position. What we wanted to remove was the recommendation
Oh,
that
yeah.
had been provided.
I would agree with that. We're not hiring anybody in particular. She's just looking for the motion to approve the hiring a person. But no, we will certainly work with the, what's the word I'm looking for? Well, yeah, human resource will be involved, well, equal opportunity employment and stuff then too. So we'll certainly screen employment and potential employees.
Okay.
So can I get a motion to establish the consent agenda?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call number 2 to establish consent agenda, trustee Dalzell.
Yes.
Trustee Juarez.
Yes.
Trustee McLaughlin.
Yes.
Trustee Murphy.
Yes.
Trustee Navas Barza.
Yes.
Trustee Peretta.
Yes.
Motion carries to establish consent agenda.
Can I get a motion then, and a second to approve the consent agenda as presented?
Motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Second.
Roll call number 3 to approve consent agenda, trustee Dalzell.
Yes.
Trustee Juarez.
Yes.
Trustee McLaughlin.
Yes.
Trustee Murphy.
Yes.
Trustee Navas Barza.
Yes.
Trustee Peretta.
Yes.
Motion carries to approve consent agenda.
Then, you don't even have anything to even enter, and we didn't have any ordinances for once. It's just weekend stuff here, too. So, did anybody have any unfinished business? Any new business? Then, can I get a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much. We're going to adjourn this meeting at 8:42 PM, and gentlemen, that's been approved, so you're good to go and stuff then, too. okay?
Joyce?